Hey YouTube family, it is Lucid Oliver here today with another video for you guys. Today we'll be talking all about the Hive. This is a video that was requested by a valued subscriber and member of this fantastic community. But before we even get into the video or anything, make sure you guys leave a like. And I'm also going to drop the Discord in the link in the description down below. And there you just click the link and you join our wonderful Discord. And you will be able to request videos too. So just make sure you guys do that. I mean, we're on our road to 1K. Hopefully this video really makes you guys want to subscribe or something. But I don't know. I can't force your guys' hand. Maybe I can, but I'm not going to say anything. Anyways. See you guys in this video. So I first want to start out with there's all these theories in the Kenshi community. You know, there's like a bunch of them and a bunch of them and a bunch of them. And we really don't know which ones are true and which ones are false. The only way you can really tell if a theory is true is until there's enough proof to prove it to be true. Like let's say, for example, humans don't need oxygen to survive. Well, you could say that theory, but it's not true because there isn't evidence of a human who doesn't survive without oxygen. So that's what I'm kind of getting at. So, you know, these theories, some of these are probably more concrete than others, but let's get into the first one because we're going to just be talking Hive here today. So let's get into if the Hives are natives or if they are things that were created out of the Second Empire. Well, for starters, let's go to the Black City in Kenshi, which in turn, if you walk in with the Hiver, they will not recognize you, and they will even say they barely saw you when the Second Empire was falling. So this gives us a first answer. So this gives us like a first answer to the natives thing. They have to be natives because, okay, I know there's going to be a lot of backlash in this video, and some of you guys might even click away from me saying this, but I am one of those people. One of those people that do not believe that skeletons lose their memory. I feel like they keep it, and they keep it a secret, because they don't want to let people know of the atrocities they did. I mean, imagine if you had all that knowledge and you have all this knowledge that proves that the Holy Nation is justifying their right on you to wipe you guys out. Would you really want everybody to know that, especially when you're outnumbered by humans? No, they do not. So I think they played this little coy thing, and this could be something that you use in evidence again and that. But we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. Let's not get distracted. Anyways, we do know that, you know, they do not recognize you. So this gives us a first answer that they are natives, that they come here from a different place. And now that if these skeletons from the Second Empire do not recognize them, then, you know, there's no way that they're made from the Second Empire. So let's get that out of the way. Also, let's get into the Southern Hive and Western Hive. Why would one hive be more aggressive than the other? And why would one have a crimp, the thing that they claim to be their king, under control? That's a big piece of fucking metal that can split people in half. Now let's look to where the South Hive are located in the map. They are in one of the most dangerous places in Kenshi. They are, for starters, right next to the UC and Catlon, and to mention the skin bandits. And that's not including the wildlife that spawns around there that is very, very hostile. So make sure you plan it for your next vacation trip. Anyways, but if they were natives, how did the Southern Hive get to our continent barely now? And what I mean by barely now is about close to maybe about 1,000 years ago, somewhere around there, 1,900 years, like 1,000 or 900 years ago. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Well, to that we can thank boats. We do know for a conclusive fact that if the Hive were to come here, they would have had to take boats and, you know, land here. But there is a greater plan in that. Anyways, there's still a lot more to know about the Hivers when it comes to coming here, especially the Western Hivers. Now take a look at the boats and the map. Now if they took boats and the map did look different back then, there should be remains of their boats, right? Well, yes and no. It could be likely that parts of their boats have degraded due to nature. I mean, I'm pretty sure the vein has acid rain. Don't quote me on that, but I know for a fact where the Southern Hive live, there is acid rain, and we do know for a fact that the swamp wasn't the swamp about 1,000 to 900 years ago. It was more of a port. So we do know for a fact that's where the Southern Hive could have came in, and we do know that the vein could have been like this river or something that dried up due to natural causes and shit like that. I mean, look at obedience, man. You're trying to tell me some massive climate change ain't gonna happen after that? Well, you're wrong. Anyways, you know, their boats had to have degraded into nature if they did get here by boat. But let's talk about the Hive nature. In the West, yeah, they seem nice and all, but they do sell you a light that enlightens around you and try to send you into the fog islands. Also, we are going to include the fog here. Why would the Hive want to send you to the fog pretty much as bait, huh? Raises the question if they are scared of the fog. Well, people are skeptical of the fog. A lot of people say it's a parasite or losing the chemicals that the queen feeds them. But what if these are the Hive that are just free? See, a theory of the Hive that doesn't work is that if the Hive is separated from the queen, that they all get sick and go crazy and become cannibals. But we do have something to prove that. It's that thick, meaty Hive boy Peep. Beep, not Peep. Fuck. Anyways, plus all the wandering Hive recruits you could find. Now, how are they not Fogmen? This builds the support for the parasite, but something to disprove too, that is that wandering recruits, how can someone like Beep, who's found in the refugee in the city of Mongrel, not have the parasite? Is there something that have a built up, like, is there like just something that gives them like this built up immunity to them? And what if the fog are just a different type of Hivemen altogether, you know? Rather than working with the strict Hive society, they are defectors that just do not love the queen and would rather live like wild animals pretty much. To be quite fair, they are free, and well, a lot of them have open choice like eating humans. So the fog can only be explained as defectors that are in quotations free. So there are two theories that could be possible that can't really work out, but then the behaviorment of the Western Hive towards the fog is a weird dynamic. Why would a queen with 100 of Hive men and women be willing to give up their lives for the Hive to destroy the fog, but instead she turns to letting and convincing humans and anyone dumb enough to buy that light and pretty much take their death into the fog islands? Now, let's turn to the southern Hive for a bit. They are unnecessarily and completely assholes to you. It makes no sense, but they will always dislike you. They attack you on sight, but this can be due to where they are on the map. They have had a heavy persecution from the UC and the Skin Bandits, and then to add up on top of that, there's also Catlon, who ain't that far, who could be on top, who, like, they need to stay on top of just so they don't get, like, aggressed on and don't get wiped out, which could be explained. I mean, the Hive certainly don't lose memories. I'm pretty sure the queen has a really good memory of who Catlon is. This is quite a feat in itself, but let's also talk about the elephant in the room, which is the Crimper. This is a highly destructive machine that can kill people easily, and the Southern Hive got it somehow. Now that raises a mystery, but could it be a gift from the Second Empire, which would actually explain quite a bit. Now, for the last theory on the Hive Queens, now a lot of people think the skeletons tried to like controlling or like trying to do something to the Hive because of the body modification that they have. Now, just because there's some advanced body modification does not mean that they are slightly controlled by the skeletons. We do know from real life that if a queen does get replaced, and it could not really go that well, or it could go really well. Depends a lot on the Hive that you're watching and, you know, all that stuff. But these queens found out a way to live forever. The question is, how did they perform the surgery and get these body enhancements in them? Which I think is a question that we all have. That, you know, that could be answered by the Hive doing it themselves, or the Second Empire helping them with this. Even if the skeletons did not help, there could still be a way that there could still be no possible way that the queen is under the thumb of the skeletons. Now, I only say that because even if she did get this body enhancement by the skeletons, there's no way that something in your stomach can be straight linked to your head. I mean, then again, I don't know the anatomy of Hivemen, but I just really don't believe that theory. But, you know, there are some other theories that we did touch up on that I didn't really explain that well, which, you know, again, it'd take too long, but hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next Kenshi video. Peace.